ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ शन्नो मित्रश्यं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्पर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Dear friends, we are coming to the end of the Bhashyam under Anuvaka 1 of Brahmanandavalli of Taittiriya Upanishad. In the last class, we were seeing the commentary under Parame Vyoman, Guhayam Parame Vyoman. So we saw two words, Guhayam Parame Vyoman. Guhayam is also in the locative case, that is Saptami Vibhakti. Parame Vyoman, that also is in Saptami Vibhakti. Parame Vyoman means in that supreme Vyoma, in that supreme space, in that supreme Akasha. Guhayam means in that cave. And what is that cave and what is that Parama Vyoma we saw in the last class. Parama Vyoma does not refer to the Bhutakasha, it does not refer to the sky, it does not refer to the space as we call the, that is one of the Panchabhutas, Prithvi, Apas, Tejo, Vayura, Akasha. We are not referring to that Akasha when we are using this word Vyoma. We are referring to the Avyakrita or the Maya. Maya, from where this cosmic being or the cosmic intelligence manifests, in which that cosmic intelligence manifests, and that we are referring to it as Guha. And then the Guha is also this Buddhi Guha which is there in the Jiva, the Jiva's intellect. Guha, Hrudi Sthitaha. Hrudi means heart, in the heart. Heart means the Buddhi or the intellect. So in the intellect of the Jiva, this intellect of the Jiva is compared to a Guha, because that is where all the upasanas have been prescribed. Upasanangatvena vyomnaha vivakshitattvat, that's what we read in the last class. That is, there were two options, Parame Vyoman and also Guhayam. They can be taken as two different entities. Parame Vyoma is the Karanam, Buddhi Guha is the cause. That is, the cosmic mind is the Karanam, the individual mind is the effect, cause and effect. So in that sense, say Buddhi Guha is in that Parame Vyoman. So in that Parame Vyoman you can find this Brahman. So that meaning that meaning also can come. But then Shankaracharya prefers to have this meaning, Hardamevatu Paramam Vyometi Nyayam. It is more appropriate to say, or it is rather more justified to say, Nyayam, it is more justified to say that this Hardam Akashameva. Hardam means that which is related to the heart, that which is in the heart. In the heart means in the intellect. In that human intellect or in the intellect of the Jiva, whatever Akasha, whatever Guha is there, that is the actual Parama Vyoma. That is the supreme, Vyoma, which is being referred to here. That is better because he is giving the reason. Vijnanangatvena vyomnaha vivakshitatvat. We read up to that point in the last class. Vijnanangatvena. Vijnana means upasana. Vijnana is upasana. Saguna upasana. Vijnana, Vanamalakara writes, Saguna brahmopasana sthanataya hardasya vyomnaha Gayatri Vidyadav Vivakshitatvat, he says. In the Chandogya Upanishad, there is what is called a Gayatri Vidya. Vidya means a upasana, meditation. So in that meditation on that Gayatri, say this Parama Vyoma, this Hardasya Vyoma, that is the Buddhi Guha. He is the place, that is the Jiva's intellect, the mind is the place where you are supposed to do the upasana of Gayatri. So in that manner, this Buddhi Guha is mentioned as the place in which Upasana has to be done in several cases. So because of that, it is better to say, it is more appropriate, it is more justified to take this, in this context also, Parama Vyoma is Hridayakasha, and both are one and the same, that is Samanadhikaranyena. Samanadhikaranyad Avyakruta Akashameva Brahma, he says. So Samanadhikaranya, this word taking both of them as one is more appropriate, more justified, that is what he says. Because this Hardakasha is told as the place where all meditations have to be done. You have to visualize Brahman in this Hardakasha, you have to visualize Gayatri in this Hridayakasha only. So in that manner. So that is the reason why say the second option is preferred. And he quotes, Shankaracharya is quoting the same line from Chandogya Upanishad relating to Gayatri Vidya, Gayatri Upasana. Let us read. Yo vaisa bahirdha purushad akasho.
Yo vaisa bahirdha purushad akasho.
Yo vaisantah purusha akasho.
Yo vaisantah purusha akasho.
Not shav, akasho.
Akasho.
Both places, akasho, akashaha. Akasho, because of Sandhi, it becomes akasho. Yeah. Yoyam antarhrudaya akashaha.
Yoyam antarhrudaya akashaha.
Iti shrutyantarat prasiddham.
Iti shrutyantarat prasiddham.
Hardasya vyomnaha paramatvam.
Hardasya vyomnaha paramatvam.
So the supremacy of this Hridaya Akasha is proved in this particular Shruti. Hardasya vyomnaha paramatvam. Paramatvam means the supremacy. Parama is supreme. Paramatvam is supremacy. Hardasya vyomnaha paramatvam. The supremacy, or to say that it is more justifiable to take that meaning. So that is the supremacy, isn't it? The supremacy of this Hridaya Akasha, the Buddhi Guha, is so well known from the other Shruti also. And what is that Shruti? It is a line from Chandogya Upanishad, the third part of the Chandogya Upanishad. Yo vaisa bahirdha purushad akashaha. Purushat bahirdha yaha akashaha. Purushat bahirdha. That is outside the Purusha, outside the Jiva, whatever Akasha is there. That is, we are referring to that Akasha. We are referring to that Bhutakasha here. Yo vai bahisa bahirdha purushad akashaha. Yo vai so antah purusha akashaha. Whatever is there in the person, whatever is there in the whole body of the person. And then yoyam antar hrudaya akashaha. And whatever akasha is there in the space, whatever space is there in that intellect. So this is, they are one and the same. Yo vaisa bahirdha purushada akasho. Yo vaisantah purusha akasho. Yoyam antar hrudaya akasha. All are one and the same. That is referring to the supreme Maya. We are not referring to this Bhutakasha here. We are referring to that supreme Akasha called Maya, Avyakruta. So that Avyakruta is the same which is pervading all these things. That cosmic intellect is the source for the buddhi of all the beings also. So that is the point. So the Akasha which is there outside the body, and Akasha which is supposed to be there in the body, and Akasha which is associated with this intellect are one and the same. So here Akasha, we have to take the etymological meaning. Akasha, what is the etymological meaning? The meaning of A is everywhere. Samantat. A means samantat. Samantat kashate prakashate iti akasha. That which illumines everything. That which is illumined everywhere. So that is what is samantat kashate. That which is shining everywhere. That is what is akasha. So this Akasha is now referring to this intelligence only. Say the Chaitanyam which is associated with this Antahkarana is the same as Chaitanyam associated with the body. It is the same as Chaitanyam associated with the whole universe. So that is what is that cosmic intellect. So iti Shrutyantarat prasiddham hardasya vyomnaha paramatvam. Then tasmin harde vyomni
Tasmin harde vyomni
ya buddhir guha tasyam nihitam brahma tad vrutya viviktatayo iti.
Tad vyavruttayopalabhyata iti.
What does it say?
Tad
Vyavruttya.
विविक्ततयोपलभ्यत इति.
Tad vyavrutya. Maybe we have to give a different meaning there, but here we have to give a different meaning. But this meaning seems to be better. Okay. Tasmin harde vyomni. In that buddhi guha, in that space which is called the intellect, in that buddhi guha, in that guha or in that cave which is called the buddhi, tasyam nihitam brahma. In that, this brahma is hidden. Nihitam means hidden. Hidden. How? According to this, your book says tad vyavrutya. Tad vyavrutya
विविक्ततयोपलभ्यत.
viviktataya upalabhyate. That's okay. Tad vyavrutya it says. Vyavrutti means say by removing it. Vyavrutti. Vyavrutti is taking it away. That vyavrutya. Maybe we have to see in what sense it is justified there. But here tad vrutya. Tad vrutya is buddhi vrutya. We know that buddhi vritti is there. You see, Brahma is nihitam in buddhi guha means, what does it mean? It is not as though Brahma is sitting here only. This is the place where this Brahma Chaitanyam is reflected most. This is the place where the buddhi vritti takes place. Antahkarana, the human being's antahkarana, not only human being, the antahkarana of any jiva is the place which is said to is one thing which is said to be the most subtle thing. And because it is so subtle, that definition of antahkarana I keep on saying from what is this Vedanta paribhasha, atyacha virala taijesa dravyam manaha. That is supposed to be a very, very subtle substance where this Brahma Chaitanya gets reflected in a much, much better way than in any other insentient thing or than in any other thing. So it is something like a special medium. It is something like a special medium where the Chaitanya gets reflected. Suppose there is a sunlight on the wall. On the wall, a very little reflection is there. Suppose you put a fine mirror. There is a much more beautiful, much more realistic, reflection of that. More intense reflection of the same light. So something like that. This Antahkarana is the place where buddhi vritti is there. And this Brahman is something which is known by the buddhi vritti also. How? Because, number one, like that mirror, let us take the example of the mirror. And if we want to have a clean image, you have to first of all clean the mirror. And this karma yoga is something like cleaning the mirror. On the mirror there is a lot of dust, you have to clean the mirror. So this karma yoga is something like cleaning that mirror. Then after that, then say you catch the what is this reflection of that light. So similarly, here this Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi also is a buddhi vritti. And that Tattvamasi buddhi vritti, how is that caused? After you clean this thing, you should also put it under the light, isn't it? If you don't put it under the light, if you hide it in the box, there cannot be any reflection. You have to put it in the sun, you have to put it under the light. So similarly, this putting it under the light is something similar to this Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Or rather, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is something like putting this glass and putting the mirror under the light. So this you have to do this Vedanta, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, and all these things, they are going to lead to that Chitta Vritti called, Tattvamasi. And Tattvamasi or Aham Brahmasmi instead of Tattvamasi. Okay, Tattvamasi is the teacher saying the student. Aham Brahmasmi is the student realizing that he is the Brahman. So this Aham Brahmasmi is also a Chitta Vritti. And after attaining the Chitta Vritti drops off. We have heard of two terms in, I think in one of the earlier classes, not in Taittiriya class, and maybe in Gita or somewhere in the Upanishad. There are two words called Vritti Vyapyam and Phala Vyapyam. Brahma is something which is attained. Vritti Vyapyam means something which can be pervaded, which can be covered by Vritti. So right up to that point you are going and shaking hands with him. But then after shaking hands you merge into him. So it is like that. So this Vritti is something like it is leading you up to that point and you are shaking hands with the Brahman and you are merging into that. So there that Vritti also drops off. So Vritti indicates the presence of an upadhi. You see, human mind, antahkarana is an upadhi. And in this upadhi, all this Shravana, Marana, Nididhyasana, all these things, they take place. And this upadhi, training, this sort of education, it goes on and on. And in that process, you are rejecting the, say, Annamaya Kosha, you are rejecting the Pranamaya Kosha, you are rejecting this Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, etc. And then you are ultimately realizing that you are that. So having gone to that, the Buddhi Vritti also drops off. So that is why it is said, Vritti Vyapyam. It is going up to that Vritti. But you can't say, I have realized Brahman by this Vritti. You cannot say, because you have already become Brahman. You have already become Brahman. So this Upadhi is no longer there. So this Phala Vyapti is not there. There is only Vritti Vyapti, but not Phala Vyapti. Some two technical words which usually the Vedanta teachers of Vedanta say. So here, Tad Vritya Viviktataya Upalabhyate. Tad Vyavritya, I will see whether there is any such Pathantaram. Here, Anandagiri also, Tad Vritya, what does he say? Yova Savinihidam Guhayam Anyatha Sthitim Brute Katham Viviktataya Spataya Upalabhyataya Avipraya Vyakhyayate. Then 1 second. Hardha Kashasya Paramatvam Tattvamasi. Yeah, you see? Yeah, Vanamalakara Achyuta Krishnananda also says, Tad Vritya iti, Buddhi Vritya, Tattvamasi iti, Shruti Janitaya, Buddhyadibhyaha Sakashad, Viviktataya Gruhyate, Ityarthaha. So maybe it is better to correct it, unless there is some other meaning given. You see, Buddhi Vritya, what is this Buddhi Vritti? Tattvamasi iti, Shruti Janitaya. It is created by the Shruti. Shruti has caused this Buddhi Vritti in you. Shruti does not directly cause, unless we go through that long drill of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Shruti cannot, by reading the Shruti straight away, it will not cause. It comes over a period of time after internalizing it, slowly digesting it. Then, Buddhyadibhyas sakashad viviktataya gruhyate. Then, once you reach that stage, then you distinguish Buddhi. This Buddhi also goes away. This Upadhi goes away. Buddhyadibhyah sakashat viviktataya gruhyate, spashtataya, sputataya gruhyate. So clearly known as distinguished from all other things. You are distinguished, you are rejecting or negating all other things about, all other notions about yourself, and then you are identifying with the Brahman. Is it clear? So tad vritya, here that is the thing. Yadva buddhi vritya buddhi samsargena बुद्धि संसर्गेण विविक्ततया स्फुटतया द्रष्टृत्व श्रोतृत्व मंत्रत्वादि रूपेण. सो दिस इज अगेन ब्रह्माव आत्मावारे द्रष्टव्यः श्रोतव्यो मंतव्यो निदिध्यासितव्यः. ही इज रेफरिंग टू दैट द्रष्टृत्व श्रोतृत्व मंत्रत्वादि रूपेण ब्रह्म उपलभ्यते इत्यर्थः. सो दैट इज व्हाट दिस वनमालाकार अच्युत कृष्णानंद राइट्स. सो द वृत्या इज बेटर. Tad Vritya, that is because of Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, that Vritti, Aham Brahmasmi Akara Vritti takes place, and then that Vritti also drops off because you become Brahman by that time. Viviktataya Upalabhyate. Then let us read, Na Hyanyatha Vishishta Deshakala Sambandhosti Brahmanaha
विशिष्टदेशकाल संबंधोस्ति ब्रह्मणः
सर्वगतत्वात् निर्विशेषत्वाच्च निर्विशेषत्वाच्च nahi anyatha. You can't say otherwise. Nahi anyatha. You can't say otherwise because Vishishta desha kala sambandhaha na asti brahmanaha. That na has to be added here. That is Vishishta desha kala sambandhaha. That is a relationship with a particular desha, connection with a particular kala. It cannot be told in the case of Brahma. You see any object, you can relate it with desha and kala. Any object, it has got desha kala sambandha. You agree with that? Any object has a desha kala sambandha. But Brahma is not like that because it is beyond that desha kala sambandha. So nahi anyatha vishishta desha kala sambandha asti. So this Brahma cannot be told in association with any desha kala, in relation to any particular desha kala. Why? Sarvagatatvat nirvisheshatvacha. Brahma is something which is all pervading, all encompassing, and nirvisheshatvacha. There is no vishesha in Brahman because it is something which is ananta, because it is devoid of all visheshanas, it is devoid of all attributes. So that is the reason why say you can't realize Brahma as you realize an object. You can't realize Brahma, you can't objectify Brahma as you can look at an object. So that is the point here. Then we are moving to the next point. The next line is So Shnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. That line we are coming. The earlier line so far we have seen Parame Vyoman. Up to this point, what is this Parama Vyoma we have seen? Parama Vyoma refers to Buddhi Guha. And then he has quoted some examples from Chandogya Upanishad to say that other Shrutis also, it is in accordance with the other Shrutis also. So that is what he said. Next is So Shnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschiteti. Up to that point we have to see. So Sa Evam Brahma Vijanan Kim Ityaha
स एवं ब्रह्म विजानन् किम् इत्याह
Ashnute Bhunkte
अश्नुते भुङ्क्ते
Sarvan Niravasishtan Kaman Bhogan Ityarthaha.
सर्वान् निरवशेषान् कामान् काम्यभोगान् इत्यर्थः.
Fine. Kim Asmadadivat
किम् अस्मदादिवत्
Putra Swargadi Rupe Putra Swargadin Paryayena
पुत्रस्वर्गादीन् पर्यायेण
Netyaha
नेत्याह
Saha Yugapat
सह युगपत्
Ekachanopārūdhāneva
एकक्षणोपारूढानेव
Ekayopalabdhya
एकयोपलब्ध्या
Savitru Nityaya
सवितृप्रकाशवन्नित्यया
Brahmaswarupa Vyatiriktaya
ब्रह्मस्वरूपाव्यतिरिक्तया
Yam Avochama Satyam Jnanam Anantamiti.
यामवोचाम सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमिति.
So here one thing is being told. Sa evam Brahma Vijanan. So the person, the seeker of Brahma, evam Brahma Vijanan, in this manner having realized Brahma, in this manner having realized Brahma, Kim Ityaha Brahma Vijanan Kim. Okay, having realized Brahma, what happens to him? What is the sthiti of a jnani? Now we are seeing, say in all the Upanishads we find the Upanishad tells number one, what is Brahman, then how to realize Brahman, that sadhanani it tells, and then the person who realizes Brahman, what is the benefit? So what is the benefit ultimately, and what is it that is going to happen to him? Is he becoming the most powerful man on earth, or what is happening to him? So it says, Upanishad says, Ashnu, this Sa Evam Brahma Vijanan means knowing it not as an object, but Aham Brahma iti Janan. I realizing it as I am that Brahma. Aham Brahma. We not realizing that Brahman as an object, but realizing Brahman as himself, or realizing himself as Brahman. There is no, that himself also has gone, disappeared. So at that time, what happens to him? So he loses his personality. The basic point is he loses his upadhi. Once he loses his upadhi, he is sometimes something like he is in the ocean. He has become the ocean. So that is it. So Ashnute Bhunkte. Ashnute means Ashnute, Ashana. Ashana is eating. Ashnute means Bhunkte. He enjoys what? Sarvan Niravashishtan Kaman. Niravashishtan, not leaving anything out. Avashesha. Avashesha means something remaining. Avashesha is something balanced. Without leaving any balance. Niravashishtan Sarvan Kaman. Kaman means Bhogan. Sarvan Bhogan Ityarthaha. So it is something like he can enjoy anything, everything. He enjoys everything. That is what it says. How we have to see what exactly is the meaning. So Kim Asmadadivat Putra Swargadin Paryayena Netyaha. Kim Asmadadivat. Is it like us? What happens in our case? Okay, I do a lot of punya and I get some bhogas. Like bhoga means I have some sons, and then my sons, daughters, they are doing all their dharma quite well. Then I also get swarga, putra swargadin, swarga adi. Okay, I also get swarga. I also get, if I want other better lokas also, I get better lokas. But then all these things, they are in a sequence. All things I can't have at a time. You see, when I am living here, I can't have swarga. So swarga is there only after this body goes away. And then similarly, one after the other it comes. But not all things simultaneously. So the question is, Kim Asmadadivat is like in our case, Putra Swargadin Paryayena. Paryayena means by turns. Na Ityaha. Netyaha. It is not so. Then how? Saha means Yugapat. Saha Yugapat. Saha means Yugapat. Yugapat means everything simultaneously. Everything simultaneously. It's like having all the huge meal in front of you and then everything together you swallow in one gulp. So it is like that. Yugapat ekakshanoparudhaneva. Ekakshana uparudhan. All those things are presented to you in 1 second, in one flash. All those things, they are presented to you in one flash. Ekakshana uparudhan. Uparudhan means they are all presented before you in a mass, in a group, in some huge, in one gulp you have to take, you can take it. So ekakshana means in 1 second, in one flash. Uparudhan. Uparudha means something which is all assembled, which is amassed. So all those things, Yugapati ekakshana uparudhan. Say here Vanamala Kara writes, okay. Ekaya upalabdhya. Ekaya upalabdhya means in one cognition. Upalabdhi. Upalabdhi is cognition. Upalabdhi is in one cognition, in one say awareness, in one perception. Ekaya upalabdhya, Vanamala Kara writes, ekakshana vachinnan nanu sukhavyanjakanam satyavruti visheshanam kimatraha. Okay. Ekaya vruttikuruta anandanubhavo na atra vivachitaha iti bhavaha. You see, anandam is something which is dependent on our chitta vrutti. You see, what he writes is vruttikuruta anandanubhavaha na atra vivachitaha. You see, ananda, what is ananda? I eat some nice mango and then I have some ananda. That eating of a mango is something which is gratifying my sense, and then that is giving a chitta vrutti, that is leaving a particular state of mind or some sort of change in the state of mind. That change in the state of mind is called a chitta vrutti. Chitta vrutti, we call it mind modification of the mind. Vrutti, vartate anaya iti vrittihi. When I am eating the mango, my mind becomes the mango. So that sort of change in the state is called vrutti. And that vrutti is that anandakara vrutti. And this ananda is something, a very, very small flash, a very small reflection of that Brahmananda. Whatever ananda we get, I acquire a new thing. That acquisition of a new thing gives me some little bit of ananda. And that ananda, whatever ananda a human being derives from various vishayas, Vishayananda it is called. Vishayananda means the pleasure which a person gets by acquiring or by eating or by enjoying a particular object. So that is Vishaya Ananda. And then this Vishayananda is not different from the Brahmananda. But then it is a very, very infinitesimally small thing of that Brahmananda. It is an infinitesimally small thing of that Brahmananda. It is a small reflection of that Brahmananda. And that Brahmananda is something like enjoying all these things simultaneously. So that is the difference which is being shown. This Vishayananda is something which is a modification of Vrutti. But here your Vrutti is not there at all. You are beyond these Vruttis. You have jumped into the ocean. You are not in that Vrutti level any longer. You have jumped into that ocean. You have become that. So everything is there with you. So it is like that. Eka vrutti krutananda anubhava ityarthaha. 1 second. There is one more thing. Sattva kramikatvat katha vedusha siddhyati. Okay. So this he is also giving an example. Yugapat ekachanoparudhaneva ekaya upalabdhya. In one cognition, in one awareness, it is being shown how Savitru Prakashavat Nityaya. Savitru Prakasha. Suppose we say in the night, the whole world is dark. The whole world means at least whatever we see in our area. It is, if our night somewhere else it may be day. That's a different thing. But here, whatever we see, all darkness around, and the sudden sun rises. When the sun rises, then does he see things say one by one or all things simultaneously? That sun's light falls on the whole world simultaneously, not one after the other. Not one after the other. It is not as though the sun is seeing all these things one after the other, but he sees everything simultaneously. It is so encompassing, it is so pervading that it is in one say perception. You are seeing everything, you are knowing everything. It is like that. So it is just a simile. That's all. Because ultimately we are going to see that this Ananda is not exactly something which is, say, which a person is sitting there in the lap of Brahma and then he is enjoying all things. It is not like that. It is only a figurative way. So that is it. So Savitra Prakashavat, that is Savitra Prakasha, that is sun's light covers everything in a flash. Just sunlight comes and then suddenly the whole thing, the whole world is seen in a flash. Savitra Prakashavat Nityaya, it is something which is eternal. It is always there. It is not as though this Vishaya is there. When this Vishaya is there, I have Ananda. When Vishaya is not there, I don't have Ananda. It's not like that. This Anandam is something which is Nitya, which is eternal. And then Brahma Swarupa Vyatiriktaya. It is not distinguishable from the nature of Brahman itself. Brahma Swarupa Avyatirikta. It is not different from that Brahma Swarupa. It is indistinguishable from that Brahma Swarupa. Avyatirikta. Vyatireka is something which is distinguishable. Avyatirikta is something which is undistinguished from the Brahma, the nature of Brahma itself. Avyatiriktaya Yam Avochama Satyam Jnanam Anantamiti. Yam Avochama means about which we said. Yam Avochama. Avochama means we said. Yam Avochama. What did we say? Satyam Jnanam Anantamiti. So in that form, you have transformed yourself into that form. Satyam Jnanam Anantamiti form, you have transformed yourself. So in that form, you are beyond all Chitta Vrittis. Chitta Vritti is something, all pleasures are in this Avidya Dasha only. And in fact, Anandagiri writes a beautiful line. Avidyavasthayam ye sukha vishaya. I am reading this Anandagiri also so that you know enough Sanskrit by now, so I can read out. Avidyavasthayam ye sukha visheshaha hiranyagarbha dyupadhishu bhogyattvena abhimataha tesham sarvesham brahmananda avyatirekad brahmibhutaha vidwan sarvaneva anandan ashnuta iti upacharena bahuvachanam ityarthaha. So all this saying is upachara. Upachara means a figurative way of saying. It is not as though this Brahmavit, he is there, I am a Brahmavit, I am sitting in the lap of Brahma, I am enjoying all things. All things means in Swargaloka, Devendra is there enjoying all dances. In Shivaloka, Shiva and Parvati are dancing, or maybe some other people are also dancing, and in some other loka, some other people are dancing and drinking. It is not as though I am having all these drinks and dances at a time. not that. You see that Buddhi Vritti itself has disappeared and you have merged into that Brahman, in that state of Ananda. In that state of Ananda, in that state of bliss you have become. So that is what it means. So to say that you have become the bliss, the very self of bliss, it is, in other words, it is saying Sarvan Kaman Saha Ashnute. Sarvan Kaman Saha Yugapat, simultaneously. All the things you are getting simultaneously. It is a figurative way of saying that you are one with that Brahman. You are one with that Brahmananda. It is not as though you are getting all these, say, various pleasures, etc., say, like any other being. That being is gone. That is the point. So, Brahma Swarupa Vyatiriktan, so this Anandagiri writes, all this Hiranyagarbha Upadhishu. So all these pleasures are there in the Avidya Avastha, that is at the level of ignorance, at the level of transactional level, where you have got an Upadhi. And that Upadhi is there right up to Hiranyagarbha. That's what this Anandagiri says. Hiranyagarbha Upadhishu. All these Sukha Visheshas, different levels of Ananda are there up to that Hiranyagarbha. But after that, that Jnani, there is no Upadhi. He becomes that Ananda Swarupa itself. He becomes that Ananda Swarupam. The very nature of Ananda, the very self of Ananda he becomes. So that is it. Brahma Swarupa Vyatiriktaya Yam Avochama Satyam Jnanam Anantamiti. So in that form he becomes. Then Taduchyate Brahmana Saheti. Then what is that line? Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipashyateti. That is the line. Okay. Brahma Bhuto Vidwan Brahma Rupena Iva Sarvan Kaman Saha Ashnute Na Tatha Yathopadhikrutena Swarupena Atmana Atmana is better. Atmana is correct. Atmana Jalasuryakadivat Pratibimba Bhutena
जलसूर्यकादिवत् प्रतिबिम्बरूपेण
सांसारिकेण
सांसारिकेण
धर्मादिनिमित्तापेक्षान्
धर्मादिनिमित्तापेक्षां
चक्षुरादिकरणापेक्षांश्च कामान्
चक्षुरादिकरणापेक्षांश्च कामान्
पर्यायेण अश्नुते लोकः.
पर्यायेण अश्नुते लोकः.
Okay. So how does this person enjoy all these things? So how Brahma Bhuto Vidwan Taduchyate Brahmana Saha. So in the form of Brahma. Brahmana Saha should not be taken as along with Brahma. It is not along with Brahma, not as though sitting next to Brahma. As Brahma is sitting on a bigger throne and then this chap is sitting on a smaller throne next to Brahma, or sitting in the very lap of Brahma, not like that. So this Brahma is not a personality. Brahma is consciousness. So he has merged into that consciousness. He has merged into that say bliss. So that is it. Brahma Bhuto Vidwan, that is this Vidwan whose upadhi has disappeared and he has become say Brahman itself. Brahma Bhuto Vidwan Brahma Swarupena iva. By becoming Brahman, Brahma Swarupena, in that Brahma Swarupa only, Sarvan Kaman Saha Ashnute, he simultaneously enjoys all these kamas. What all we call kama or desire, all these things, he has knowledge of them simultaneously. Saha Ashnute, na tatha yatha upadhikrutena swarupena. But in the case of a upadhikruta swarupa, Upadhikruta Swarupa means like your Upadhi, my Upadhi, like that. That is, Upadhi means you have got a body-mind complex and whatever I enjoy is limited to this body-mind complex. So it is like that. So Upadhikrutena Swarupena Atmana. What is it? What is your Upadhi and my Upadhi? It can be compared to a small water receptacle, water say bowl, where some reflection of the sun is there. There is another water bowl there. There are millions and millions of water bowls in which that sun's reflection is there. And then this reflection is dependent on the size of the bowl, the cleanness of water, that is the purity of the water and the stillness of water. All these things, they are remaining. Another bowl, there is a purer water, so that reflection is better. Another bowl, it is the water is still and pure, the reflection is much more better. So like that, millions and millions of Jalasuryakadi Pratibimba. So it is not like that. Natatha yatha upadhikrutena swarupena atmana. This upadhi swarupatma is what it is comparable to Jalasuryakadivat Pratibimba Bhutena. It is something like Jalasuryakadivat. That is, a small receptacle is there, or a small lake, some small pond is there, where that sun is getting reflected. It is not like that. Samsarikena dharmadi nimittapekshan. And this ananda, it also depends on various factors. What are these factors? Samsarikena. Samsarikena means worldly. There are so many worldly factors. What are these worldly factors? Dharmadi nimittapekshan. So there are so many factors like this dharma. Dharma means all your good deeds, all the good deeds. You see, for having any, if you want to have any ananda, what is it we do? We perform some good deeds. We follow dharma. You do this dharma, daya, say what else? You may perform some rituals, or you may do some donate. You give some dhanam, etc. So by doing various dharmic deeds, you have accumulated some punya. So that is one factor. That is one nimitta. Nimitta is a factor. So there are so many factors which are leading to this ananda. There are so many factors which give result to this ananda. So that is what he says, samsarikena dharmadi nimitta pekshan. It is dependent on various factors like dharma. So unless these factors are there, there is no sukham. There is no, as a result of these things only, as a karma phala, you are going to get that sukha. Sukham again is karma phalam only, isn't it? Sukham again is karma phala. Because of that karma phala, you are getting it. Then, chachuradi karanapekshanscha. Okay, you also need various instruments. Chachuradi karana. If you want to enjoy, if you want to see a beautiful thing, you need eyes. If you want to eat some nice mangoes, you should not have sugar. So So, so various apeksha. So it is dependent on so many factors. If you want to take ice cream or some nice mango, you should not have any other problem with the sugar. So like that, Chakshuradi Karana. Karana means Indriya, sense organ. So all these sense organs are needed, mind is needed, all these things are needed if you want to say enjoy. So but this Brahmananda is not like that. This Brahmananda is not dependent on this dharma. This Brahmananda is not dependent on these Karanas. Karana means sense organs. Brahmananda is something which is beyond all this. It has gone beyond all this. It has nothing to do with this your karma yoga. It has nothing to do with your punya, upachaya. It has nothing to do with your sense organs, and it has nothing to do with this buddhi also. It has nothing to do with the mind. So it has gone beyond that. So going up to that Brahman only, buddhi is needed. And having reached there, that vritti drops off. This is the point we have to see. Vritti vyapyam is there, but not phala vyapyatvam. So that is it. So na yatha na tatha yatha upadhikrutena swarupena atmana jalasuryakadivat pratibimba bhutena samsarikana dharmadi nimittapekshan. So all these worldly factors like dharma, etc., they are not needed. Then all these other things like the instruments of enjoyment, sense organs, etc., they are also needed. So, but then the loka, paryayena ashnute lokaha, that is a common man. Lokaha means an ordinary man. Paryayena ashnute, every man. Lokaha, the word lokaha means world. World means the common person everywhere, everybody in the world. What is it? Paryayena ashnute. Anybody in the world, paryayena ashnute. He enjoys all these things by turns. It is not like that in the case of a Brahmagyani. Brahmagyani has gone beyond these upadhis. So that is the point. Then katham tarhi yathoktena prakarena sarvajnena sarvagatena sarvatmana nitya brahmatma swarupena dharmadi nimittanapekshan chakshuradikarana nirapekshanscha Karananapekshan, maybe. It doesn't matter. Karananapekshan is the same as Karana Nirapekshanscha. Sarvan kaman sahaiva ashnute ityarthaha.
Sarvan kaman sahaiva ashnute ityarthaha.
Sahaiva.
Ashnute ityarthaha.
Saha eva. Sahaiva, not iva. Is there a division of saha and iva?
Iva is not there. Sarvan kaman sahashnuta ityarthaha.
Saha ashnute. Okay, fine. Sahaiva ashnute ityarthaha. All are one and the same. Katham tarhi, how then? So the earlier sentence said, he is not like everybody in the world, enjoying all these things, say one after the other, and depending on so many factors such as your punyam, depending on factors that you should be physically fit. If you want to enjoy, you should be physically fit also. All these factors are not there. Then how? Katham tarhi. Katham tarhi means how then? Yathoktena prakarena, that is as told above. Yatha uktena prakarena, as told above. How? Sarvajnena, sarvagatena, sarvatmana. So what are all these things? Sarvajna. Sarvajna, again we should not take it as that cosmic being who knows everything. It is not like that. Sarvajna, that is also not correct. Like that cosmic being who is able to see everything is not like that. Sarvajna is Sakshi Bhuta. We are now referring to, you can note down, Sakshi Rupena. Sarvajnena is Sarva Sakshina. Sakshi again does not mean that witness. Witness means one who observes everything. It is not somebody who is a witness. It is just something which is illumining. In its presence everything is known. In its presence everything is known. That is what is Sakshi. There is no kartrutva in that Sakshi. There is no doership for that Sakshi. Sakshi does not mean a doer. So that is the point we have to remember. So Sarvajnena, that is Sarva Sakshina ityata arthaha. Then Sarvagatena. Sarvagatena is, you see, Sarvagatena, for Sarvagatena, Ananda, this gentleman writes, Sarva prani sukhanugatena vidushaha atma bhutena. You see, Sarvagatena. So he is the self of everybody. Sarvagatena, he is the self of everybody. This Chaitanyam He has become the Chaitanya Swarupa. He has become the self of everyone, Sarvagatena. And because he is the self of everyone, then Sarva Prani Sukhanugatena. So Sarva Prani Sukham he is able to see, he is able to understand. So Sarvagatena, Sarvatmana, and he is the self of all. Because he is the self of all, then Nitya Brahmatma Swarupena, he is always in that state and he doesn't fall from that state. So that is why it is called Nitya. This Brahma, with also Brahma Jnani, he doesn't fall from that state. He is always in that state of Brahman awareness. So that is why it is called Nitya. Nitya Brahmatma Swarupena, Dharmadi Nimittanapekshans Chachuradi Karana Nirapekshanscha. You see, and then this thing is not dependent on this dharma, the nimittas, all the factors like dharma. It is not dependent on that. He has gone beyond that. Nirapekshan, nimitta anapekshan, chakshuradikarana nirapekshansya. This chakshuradikarana also is not needed. He has gone beyond that. It is independent. His ananda is independent of that. An ordinary man's ananda is dependent on those factors. This Brahmavid's ananda is not dependent on those factors. So that is the point. Nirapekshanscha sarvan kaman sahaiva ashnute. Sahaiva means simultaneously, in one flash. Like what Savitru Prakashavat, like this Surya Rashmi, it covers the whole world in a flash. So it is like that. Ashnute ityarthaha. So that is indicating, this is very clearly indicating that this Brahmananda is something which encompasses all other anandas. Brahmananda, the bliss called Brahman, is something which encompasses, which covers all other anandas. So it is like that. Then Brahmanaha, 1 second. Dharmadi prasiddham sarvasakshittvena vipaschitvam. Okay, the next line. Vipaschita medhavina sarvajnena
Vipaschita medhavina sarvajnena
tadhi vaipaschityam yat sarvajñatvam
तद्धि वैपश्चित्यं यत् सर्वज्ञत्वं
तेन सर्वज्ञ रूपेण ब्रह्मणा अश्नुत इति
तेन सर्वज्ञ स्वरूपेण ब्रह्मणा अश्नुत
इति शब्दो मंत्र परिसमाप्त्यर्थः ओके सो देन ब्रह्मणा विपश्चितेति so there is one this is the word which is being examined now brahmana vipaschiteti brahmana means Banena, Tritiya Vibhakti, with the help by an arrow, something like that. Brahmana, then Vipaschita, Vipaschita also is Tritiya Ekvachanam. Brahmana also is Tritiya Ekvachanam. Vipaschit, Vipaschit means a knower. Vipaschit, a jnani. Samyak Pashyati, Samyak Pashyati, he is a person who has got the right awareness, right understanding. So Vipaschit is that Medhavi. Vipaschita, Medhavi, another word also is being used. So Medhavina, all these things are in first, they are in Tritiya Ekavachanam only. So Brahmana Vipaschita Medhavina, that is Brahmana, where is this Brahmana? Yeah, Vipaschita Medhavina. Vipaschit means Medhavi, that is, he is the realized person. So in the form of a realized person, it is not as though Brahmana Vipaschita should be taken as in the form of Brahman, in the form of by becoming Brahman, by being Brahman. So that is how we have to take it. Brahmana Vipaschita is not through Brahman. This Tritiya Vibhakti is used basically to denote that he has become Brahma. And in that form, in that manner, Brahmana Vipaschita means by being Brahman, by becoming Brahman. And by being that Vipaschit. Vipaschit means Medhavi. Medhavi means Jnani, not ordinary Medhavi, not today's Medhavi is intellectuals. Medhavi does not mean intellectual. Then Sarvajnena, and this is Sarvajnyam. Brahma is Sarvajnyam. Brahma is Sarvajnyam. Sarvajnyam means Sarvascha tat Gnyascha. Sarvamcha tat Gnyascha. We should not take it as, there are two ways in which Sarvajnya is explained. Sarvam Janati iti Sarvajnyaha. That is when you are referring to the cosmic being, when you are referring to a personal God, somebody who is a creator, somebody who is in charge of this Srushti, Sthiti, Laya, etc. When you are referring to a personal God, it is Sarvajnya, Sarvam Janati. He is omnipotent, omniscient, etc. When you are referring to Brahma, it is Jnana Swarupa. It is just merely of the nature of Brahma. Sarvam cha tat Jnascha. It is Sarvam, it is all, it is Ananta. plus jnascha. Jnaha means just awareness, just consciousness. So it is that. So now we have to take it as that sarvajnana. That is something which is vipaschita, medhavina, sarvajnana. In that form, and what he says, tadhi vaipaschityam yat sarvajnatvam. And what is this real vaipaschityam? Vaipaschityam means real medhavitvam, real intellectuality, let us say. Not exactly intellectuality, real intelligence, let us say. What is that great intelligence? Sarvajnatvam, that which is omniscience. But here that omniscience again is figuratively used. Not that he knows everything and all that. That omniscience. Tena sarvajna rupena brahmana. By becoming that Brahman, ashnute. Ashnute means enjoys. So this we have seen. Sarvajna rupena ashnute is a figurative usage. That is what this Anandagiri has explained. It is not as though there is a person sitting there and enjoying all things. We should not think in that manner. Then iti shabdaha mantra parisamaptyarthaha. Brahmana vipaschiteti. Isn't it? Vipaschita iti. So that iti shabda, it indicates the conclusion of that particular mantra. And that mantra, it started with, where is that Brahmavida apnoti param was the Brahmana vakyam. Brahmavida apnoti param tadesha abhyukta satyam jnanam anantam brahma. From there is the mantra. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma. Yo veda nihitam guhayam parame vyoman soshnute sarvan kaman saha brahmana vipaschiteti. Up to that point is mantra. So iti shabdaha mantra parisamaptyarthaha. So he has given that indication also where it started and where it ended. Then sarvayeva valyarthaha brahmavidapnoti paramiti brahmana vakyena sutritaha sacha sutrito arthaha samkshepato mantrena vyakhyaataha पुनस्तास्यैव विस्तरेण अर्थनिर्णयः कर्तव्य इति अर्थनिर्णयः उत्तर इति उत्तरस्तद्वृत्तिस्थानीयो ग्रन्थः आरभ्यते उत्तरस्तद्वृत्तिस्थानीयो ग्रन्थः आरभ्यते तस्माद्वा एतस्माद् इत्यादिः. Okay. Sarva eva valyarthaha. So this whole meaning of that valli. In one Brahmana Vakya it was told in the very beginning. That's what he said earlier also. Brahmavida apnoti paramiti Brahmana Vakyena sutritaha. Sutritaha means it was told as a sort of formula. That is the formula which is guiding the whole valli. The whole valli, Brahmananda valli. The whole valli is guided by that formula. Brahmavid apnoti param. This Brahmavid becomes Brahma. So that is the ultimate meaning which is running through the whole valli. And that is how it was sutritaha. Sutritaha means it was so formulated. Then such a sutrito arthaha, and that particular artham, that particular meaning, in a very brief manner, it was explained by the mantra. In what manner is that Brahmavida apnoti param is that Brahmana Vakyam, isn't it? And that mantra he had explained in brief. In brief, the mantra had explained as to how that Brahmavida apnoti param. That is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. It told what Brahman was. Then Yo Veda Nihitam Gurhayam, where you have to find it. It told what Brahman is. It also told where you can find it. And then what will happen to you when you know it. All the three, they were told in that mantra. Brahmavida says Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is the definition. Then Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman, that is you have to look at it in that Parama Vyoma which is your own Buddhi Guha. Then Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschiteti, that is the result of that Brahma, that is Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam. So in a sutram, in a very, very samkshepa, in a very, very brief manner, that was also told. So Sankshepataha mantrena vyakhyataha. This mantra, by means of this mantra, it was also elaborated. Then Punaha Tasyaiva, again, we read this. Punaha Tasya, of the same thing, Vistarena Arthanirnaya Kartavyah iti. So we have to dwell on it more elaborately. Vistarena, more elaborately, Artha Nirnaya Kartavyaha means this, the meaning has to be further more clarified. The meaning has to be understood in a more clear way, more elaborate manner. Iti Uttarastad Vrittisthaniyo Grantha Arabhyate. So it is the next, the following portion, Uttaraha. Uttaraha Grantha means Uttara has to be connected with this Grantha. Uttaraha Grantha, that is the following text, let us say. The following text is Vruttisthaniyaha. Vruttisthaniyaha means by means of a sort of elaboration. Vrutti, you know. Vrutti means not Buddhi Vrutti. We are not referring to this Buddhi Vrutti. We are referring to, suppose there is a text. On that, some other commentator writes some commentary in the form of verses. So that traditionally that is called Vrutti. And the person say that writing, that particular writing is called Vartikam. Vartikam is a commentary in the form of verses, and that verse is called Vrutti. For example, for this Taittiriya Upanishad, Sureshwaracharya's Vartikam is there. Sureshwaracharya is called the Vartikakara. For example, you see this, for this thing, we will see the Vrutti. For what we are reading, there is one Vrutti written by this Vartikakara. The Vrutti, the person who writes the Vrutti is called Vartikakara, and whatever that writing is called Vartikam. So this Vruttisthaniyaha means that which can be called Vruttisthaniyaha, that is in the shape of or in the form of a Vrutti, in the form of a commentary, in the nature of a commentary. So the following text is by way of commentary on that mantra also, because that mantra itself told in a very, very brief way. So we have to further understand the mantra in a more clear manner. So that is what he says. Then arabhyate, uttaragrantha arabhyate, tasmadva tasmad ityadi. So by those starting with the words tasmadva tasmad, starting with those words, further elaboration is being done. Then tatracha satyam jnanam anantam brahmeti uktam mantradau tat katham satyam jnanam anantam cha ityataha. Jnanam word is not there. Satyam jnanam anantam. Jnanam also has to be there. I don't know why it is not there. Cha ityataha tatra trividham hyanantyam deshatah kalato vastutascheti. Okay, now in what manner he is elaborating, that he is saying, that is tatracha satyam jnanam anantam brahmetyuktam mantradau. Mantradau means in the beginning of the mantra, mantrasya adau, mantradau. What was told? Satyam jnanam anantam brahma. That was what was told, and we have seen it very, very elaborately. Then tat katham satyam jnanam anantam cha ityataha. Then what is that satyam jnanam anantam? That also is being told. That was told, and that also is being elaborated. How? Tatra trividham hyanantyam. There are three types. Anantyam is of three types. Anantyam means infiniteness, let us say. Anantam is infinite or infinity. Anantyam, you can say infinitude. Infiniteness, I do not know whether it is there. Infinitude is there. That infinitude, deshataha kalataha vastutascheti. We have seen these things earlier. You see, any particular thing is limited by desha, kala, vastu, trividha paricheda. Those trividha paricheda again he is going to express. We will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.